Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Brennan. Welcome to the second part to our tutorial on how to create the Venetian lamp we were creating. So let's go ahead and get right into it right away. Alright, so this is where we left off right here. As you can see, we started creating the base of this thing. So Venetian lamp. And so we want to start on the next part. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to start by selecting this, right-clicking on it. And let's go ahead and let's extrude the top face right here. Let's go into, I went into edit mode by pressing tab. So you can also select this menu, select edit mode, and then let's go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to use this face select mode. That's what this is right here. Face select mode. So let's go ahead and select face select mode. And let's select the very top face of this little piece here. And let's extrude it by pressing E. And let's right click to drop it so that we're not moving it anywhere. We're just setting it down. And then we're going to press S to scale that same face inwards. Drag it in with the mouse. Or basically to the left in my case. Because you could also drag it in from this. Move your mouse forward. Right now I'm moving to the side though. I'm going to drag it in about there. And then I'm going to go ahead and extrude up like this. There we go. And I'm going to scale it in just a bit like that. And keep scaling it. Brought it up a little bit. Now I'm going to add an edge loop right here. And what I did for this part is I just separated it. So I pressed V. The way that I did that right there though, that selection, I press Shift Alt and then right click that edge loop, which that's actually an edge loop, that edge right there. You have to right click on that. So you press Shift Alt and then right click on it, and that selects the whole edge. And we're going to go ahead and press V. V just separates that, and we can leave it like that. And now it creates a clean cut. Almost looks like a separate object. We don't want it to look like this, so we are going to extrude again. So we'll select face select mode, select this top face, let's extrude up, out a little bit, and then let's extrude again. Let's scale this out to about there, and then let's extrude again, and all the time pressing E whenever you extrude. Let's scale it in. And then let's extrude sort of a cylinder shape, about the same scale as this piece down here, at least the top part. Let's extrude it up like that, just a little bit. And then let's add an edge loop right here to make it sharp. And let's go ahead and add an edge loop right here as well, right there, make it sharp. And let's go ahead and start on the next part, which is actually this rounded part right here. It's not a very good image actually. It's like 50% in Blender rendered, 50%. But let's go ahead and just start working on that rounded part. For this part, let's go into front view. Let's go front view like this. So we just have to press numpad 1 on the keyboard, and then press 5. And let's go ahead and extrude out. Once we extrude, let me do that again. We extrude. Let's scale this out. Actually, sorry. This is the edge that I just did. And that edge is the same as that. This edge is supposed to be more like that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and extrude this and right click to set it down and then scale it out just a bit. Probably more than this edge right here, a little bit more. So maybe like that much. And then let's make kind of a rounded edge by extruding and scaling out like this. And then let's go ahead and extrude up and it kind of tapers a little bit. This edge that I did, it tapers just a bit. Just like this, scales in just a bit, and we can do that by just selecting these loops, right clicking, Shift Alt, and then right clicking on these edges, and just scale it up just a bit more, make it a little bit like that, extrude again, let's make it about, scale it a little bit more. Let's make it about that high, and then let's extrude this, make like a rounded edge here, and then bring it in just a bit, and then let's go ahead and extrude up, kind of a long part. This is this part right here. It's the part we're on right now. We're almost this part. Just have to finish this and then that, and then keep going up as we go. Let's see. Okay, so we did this edge right here. Now we just need to make this part a little bit taller. Maybe about that tall. Yeah. That tall. That looks good. Yeah. Okay. And let's add in the top part of this. Just add an edge loop by pressing Control R and then sliding it up. Of course, you left click when you put it down. You Control R. It'll show a loop that it's kind of like a ghost. Like it shows you where, like, if you want to put it, like it's saying, do you want to put this there? If you do, you left click and then you drag it where you want to put it, and then when you want to set it somewhere, you left click again, and there you go. You just set it down. Okay, so now that we did this, we added an edge loop. Let's extrude this out. Select the face loop. I just selected face mode, and then Shift Alt, and then right clicked on this face on the side, and I'm going to extrude, and it doesn't do anything, doesn't extrude the correct way, so I just set it down by right clicking, and then I'm going to press S to scale out like that, and then I'll need to add in another edge loop, pressing Control R, and then left clicking, dragging it up, placing it by left clicking again. And that's cool. I added another little edge there. And that's the top right here, top of this. So what we're going to do for this part, the way we're actually going to make those little indentions, you can't really see them, but there are indentions in there. So we're going to do that, is by going to face select mode. Let's go into face select mode. And we're going to select every other little face here. So let's keep right clicking actually to select each of these faces. Let's right click on each of these. Every other one, not the ones in the middle of these. We're just selecting every other one like this. And there we go. Selected every other one. And now we're going to extrude. Let's see if I think I did it to the very top, so we'll have to select this face right here. Select this little face at the very top. And selecting the other ones. If you have trouble selecting other ones on the other side, just turn off limit selection, or actually turn it on. You want to limit the selection to only the ones you can see, not the ones you can see through to the other side. Okay, there we go. All of them are selected. Now we can go ahead and extrude. And what we'll do is press E, and it doesn't extrude the way we want it to, so we'll just right click to set it down, and then press S to scale that extrusion in. And now all we have to do is just add in some edge loops. So we just add in by pressing Control R and then scrolling up to put 2 different edge loops. And now, after we left click to set them down, you can just press SZ on the keyboard and then scale it, drag your mouse to the left or right, whichever direction you need to, and then just place it by left clicking. And we're having some weird tapering thing going on right now. So what we have to do is just select this loop, press SZ and 0 on the keyboard. And actually, it looks like we have in the background we have another edge loop that's not. It's yeah, these edges right here. I'm gonna right click these. These edge loops are actually creating that weird shape that we don't want. So we'll need to select all of them. I'm right clicking on them in wireframe mode, which I don't know. I should probably switch to solid and just turn on this. It'd be easier. Zoom in and get close. Okay, now I've selected all of them, so I'm going to press GZ to drag it down. Press G and then Z. And I'm going to select, now I have to select these edges, which I could actually just go in front view to make it easier. Go to front view, and then press B on the keyboard, and then as soon as you press B, it has this little thing, little big plus cross thing. So you just left click, hold it down, drag, and then loop over what you want to select. Make a loop, and then you drop it. You let go of the left key, and there we go. We selected the top faces we needed to, and now we can just drag them down by pressing GZ on the keyboard. And there we go. We fixed that problem. I think there's a little bit of that problem at the top. I think it looks okay though. I think it looks okay. If you want to fix it though, you can. You can do the same thing you did on the bottom. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's go ahead and finish up this piece up here, the longer parts, and then we'll get to the details on another video. We'll probably focus on this whole area since it's more of a lot of details in there. We'll probably focus on that later, but for now I'm just gonna finish off probably up there, right up there. So let's go ahead and start on the second part. It's this part right here. What we're gonna do for that part, since it's already extruded in, we just need to make sure it's the right scale. It's a little bit in, more like that. So let's go ahead and extrude up on the Z-axis, and oops, let's left click to place it, and we need to do the same thing, create this kind of lip on the edge of this. So we'll add an edge loop like I just did, pressing Control R, and then left clicking to place it. Let's select these loops. Oops, I need to select the face loop, and then I'm going to press E to extrude. I set it down by right clicking, and then I'm going to scale. Just press S. I don't have to scale on any axis. And I'll scale it out about there, and then I'll add in 2 edge loops and scale them up to make that sharp. The way I did that was just Control R, left click, actually Control R, scroll wheel on the mouse. I scrolled up, and then I left clicked, and then I pressed SZ to scale it up. So they scale opposite of each other. Okay, so now we are going to work on the next part. It's going to be more extrusions, just like this part down here. On these grooves, we're going to create the same thing at the top. Just going to be a little bit skinnier. So let's go ahead and extrude. I want to bring it in just a bit more. Scale it in just a bit more like that. And then let's extrude. And this part is kind of, it starts off thicker and it goes skinnier as it goes up to the top. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure it stays like that. We're going to bring it all the way up to, see how tall, about there. Should be good. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now let's press S, scale it in just a bit, maybe about that much, and let's go ahead and start with the grooves. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to face select mode like we did last time. First, I'm probably going to add, let's see, an edge loop about there, and we're going to stop these grooves about there, right there. I'll add another one. There we go. And let's go ahead and start on these edges. What we might want to do first, though, is add in another edge loop down here. Press Control R and then left clicked. Now I'm dragging it down, not by holding anything on the mouse down, of course, like I usually don't, I never do. And then I left click to place this. There we go. Now I've placed that, and now we need to make the grooves. So let's go into face select mode. Let's select every other face again. Face, 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 face. Select all these faces. Lots of faces. Okay, there we go. Now we've got all the faces selected. We don't have to select these faces. We could do something like that. And then do that. Yeah, we could do that. That would work. Let me just do that again for you. Just tell you what I'm doing though. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. We don't have to really select those faces down there. Just small faces. Okay, wait, I have to make sure these are selected. Okay, these are all selected. Now we can press E on the keyboard and then right click to drop them. Not doing anything with them yet. And then we'll scale them in. And as you can see, it scales in and those pieces go up. So now to fix that, all we have to do is press SZ and then scale it up. You can also hold down Shift to do more smooth or smaller increments of movements, like with scaling. If you don't want to scale as much, like as far or if as fast, all you have to do is press S and then just like it slows it down when you hold down Shift for anything really. For if you want to move or if you want to scale like that. So let's go ahead and add in, let's add 2 edge loops. Let's Control R, make sure you have your mouse hovered over the object, then scroll up, and when there's 2, you can left click, place them, and then right click to just drop it and not do anything with it. So now we will scale these up. Let's press SZ and scale them up till they're close to the edges there. And there we go. Now for this top piece, as you can see, it's sticking out too much. So all we have to do is just scale it in like so to match the top. And very cool. It's all done. Okay, so now let's work on this very top piece, and I think we'll call it finished. Okay, let's make sure this has moved up just a bit more. I selected that by doing border select like I did earlier. And that's a very handy thing to use. I use it all the time, very often for selecting things. It's very nice. So I'm just going to select this. Excuse me. And I went to face select mode. Now I'm going to move it up just a bit. And I'm going to make some edges here. Just like right there, you can see they're hard to see, but they're little lips we need to create. So let's go ahead, extrude this up, and then set it down, or not set it down, but place it by left clicking. Extrude in, And let's bring it up just a bit, like kind of a slant, small slant. Let's extrude again, create that space in between the two, and then extrude again, scale it out, and then extrude. Make this one a thicker, a bigger edge, and then extrude again, scale it in, bring it up just a bit so it's a slanted edge, and then extrude again to create the cylinder piece up there. Let's add an edge loop right there, pressing Control R, and then left clicking as always. And let's add in 2 edge loops here. Let's scale them up, SZ, scale them. And then let's add in another edge loop. I think forgot to extrude this part right here. This part was supposed to be extruded. Yeah. So I just extruded that. I selected it by pressing Shift Alt and then right clicking on the side of it so that it selects the whole entire thing all the way around. So let's extrude it by pressing E, and then I just right clicked really quick to place it, to drop it so that I'm not moving it, because automatically when you extrude it usually it locks to an axis and it wants you to move it on the axis. So we didn't want it to do that. So now we'll just press S, scale it out. Let's kind of bring all this out. I just border selected it, and then now I'm scaling it to match the other piece. And let's add in another edge loop here, pressing Control R, left clicking, and then it automatically starts moving. Well, it automatically allows you to move it around. So now I'm going to move it up to the very top, and then left click, and there you go. Now I think that's about it. I just have to select these. I just want to move this down just a bit, so I'm going to select these edge loops. Oops. And then drag it down just a bit, and then add an edge loop in here to sharpen that up. I might just add 2 instead. I'll press Control R. I press Control Z to undo that, and then press Control R, and then scroll up. And there we go, got 2 edges. There we go. Now we have our sharp edges right here. And I think that's about it. We'll start working on the other details in another tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope this was not too long. I hope you learned something. That's what I'm here for. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And please don't forget to check out my other videos. You can check them out at the end of this video. And yeah, I will see you guys in another tutorial. See you then.